This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com and Roguedeckbuilder.com, here with match number 1 with Rakdos' Devotion to Rakdos. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is definitely a keepable hand. We have enough mana here to be very aggressive with a Burning Tree Emissary, Ash Zealot, Frostburn Weird. We just need a Shrine, and then we can board wipe with Mizian Mortars or find a Rakdos' Return and be in very good shape. So no, we'd not like to mulligan this. So we'll go ahead and lead off with the Rakdos Guildgate, giving us options to have untapped lands is always good, and it'll most likely be an Ash Zealot here. Alright, so we're going to go up against this hyper-aggressive red deck. I probably will end up actually attacking. Well, the right play here would probably be just be Frostburn Weird, and that way he's got to pump a lot into it. He's going to have to use a Titan Strength to get past this Frostburn Weird. So this should be a pretty easy matchup for us, especially for this Mizian Mortars, being able to get rid of, like, if he goes like Crusader here. Oh yeah, so this Mizian Mortars could be a potential board wipe eventually. And he's going to go Madcap skill, so he's going to get in for 4, but I'm just going to go ahead and Mizian Mortars. Burning Tree Emissary and Mizian Mortars off the Legion Loyalist, and hopefully we'll have enough defense. And this way we don't have to even take 2 again. We'll just play the Burning Tree Emissary and use the mana just to kill that Legion Loyalist. I don't want to take any more damage. We're already down to a 13. So go ahead and just 2-for-1 him here and just hold back. We're just going to play very defensively and hopefully get into some more removal. Yeah, we're going to go ahead, block here and here. And that way he's going to lose one of his guys, or at least... Oh, geez. So he could buff up his Burning Tree Emissary to kill my Burning Tree Emissary. Again, I'm thinking he's gonna be running out of ammo eventually. He's gonna Titan Strength on the Ash Zealot to kill a Frostburn Weird. That way, we both use Burning Tree Emissaries. I get another Zealot out. I'm getting a little bit land flooded, and that might be the difference of the game. But again, he's gonna have to have another pump for, and he put the card on top for his Ash Zealot again. And if nothing else, it'll be a 1-for-1, a pump to pump up his Ash Zealot. Yeah. Which I'm gonna be blocking his Legion Loyalist. Again, he's gonna have to pump it, and he'll be down to 0 cards. Alright, so again, it's a Rebel Raider that I trade for an Ash Zealot. Ended up just taking 2 damage. And hopefully I just don't whiff here. No, it's a Frostburn Weird. That's a great draw. Again, it can block anything. And again, he has to top deck into the right things. And I'm thinking he's going to eventually run out of steam here. Any sort of land drop gets me back into this game. I mean, he could keep finding the pumps. And if that's the case, yeah, it's just terrible for me. I'm gonna go ahead and block the Frostburn Weird here. And if he has another pump, then so be it. He shocks it. And yeah, that will do it. That will actually first strike it off. So another 1-for-1 though. But he's keeping his guys alive. It's going to be whoever draws into the least lands. I have tons of just dead draws, though, that I can draw into, like Rakdos' Return. Even Underworld Cerberus isn't that great of a card, because if he kills it, he gets back a ton of ammo. But then again, I do as well. So let's hope he doesn't draw into another Madcap skills. And it's going to be a while before I can stabilize, though, but I'm going to get there eventually. So Rakdos' Return, let's get that card out of his hand. Might as well spend as much mana as possible. Do as much damage as possible. Which, 4 damage and a card out of his hand is pretty good. If there's like another shock, he just has to shock me. It ends up being a mountain. I don't want to race him here. Again, I'll just leave the Underworld Cerberus back. And eventually, like I said, we can hit into some, like even a Hammer of Perforce would be good, because we can just continue to sacrifice lands and pump out 3/3s. Yeah. So another Underworld Cerberus. I am going to attack him with this one. Put him on a pretty fast clock. He's down to a 10. And we'll go ahead and pump out number 2 here. So Madcap Skills is going to be a bit of a problem if he draws into it. And he's still 2 cards. He still has a lot of things he can do, and he just scoops. Okay, so he's dead on next board. He could still block, but again, these Ash Zealots are so good. Boros Reckoner is so good. This is a matchup that I feel very comfortable with. The Dreadbores are definitely going to come in. I'm not going to bring in like Spike Jesters or anything like that, or even the Immortal Servitudes here. I'm still questioning my decision makings with the Immortal Servitudes. I think I'm getting a bit too greedy trying to jam these in every deck with not the greatest ways to actually generate black mana. So these are probably going to get cut next game for some more consistency. Probably some more Reef for the Bones or more Museum Mortars in the sideboard, or even things like Magma Jet seem to be the right move. But I'm definitely going to put in the Dreadbores. I'm thinking that Rakdos Shred Freaks can come out. They are pretty weak against 1/1 first strikers. And I guess Timerit's better than... like, Perforos is really good. And actually, you know, Chandra's extremely good because he has a ton of 1 toughness creatures. Reef of Bones is not good. I'm thinking Perforos might be better than, like, I'm thinking there really isn't anything. First strike, 6/6. Maybe Rakdos' Return for Perforos's is the right play because I'm not too... Well, this could get rid of any sort of... If we can get Perforos online, he's indestructible. And I'm hoping for that over Rakdos' Return. And even with just like a Boros Reckoner or Frostburn Weird, our Perforos is active. So, again, this is a pretty powerful draw if we can actually draw into some early game. I'm going to definitely keep the Reckoner, even though I cannot cast the Reckoner. I'm not going to mulligan this. We could just get blown out by a fast draw. But, I mean, these Legion Loyalists first turn aren't the most threatening. It's when he puts a Madcap Skills on him. Let's hope for... That Mountain is going to allow me at least to cast the Boros Reckoner. So I just have to stabilize. Again, a Madcap Skills here would be... Well, okay, would be terrible, but he does not get against the Gorehouse Chainwalker. So, again... Turn 2 only taking 2 damage is great. I just draw into the best card imaginable in Frostburn Weird. Because this is going to at least be a 1-for-1, making him use a pump spell to pump up his guy and kill off the Frostburn Weird. Or it's just going to plain allow me to stabilize, and then I'm going to be able to chain up like Boros Reckoner and a Fanatic Amogus. So I've already got this scenario I talked about here with the Weird, Reckoner, Perforos, and then I can be the aggressive one. Definitely just going to block in his Legion Loyalist. I'll take 3 here. If he puts... Madcap Skills would be the best thing for him to do here. It doesn't look like he has it. He's going to tag him with both. I am definitely going to block the Legion Loyalist and make him use a Titan Strength, which doesn't happen, that's awesome. So he's going to have to use a Lightning Strike. Yes, so I get a 2-for-1, and looks like he missed his land drop. So I am going to have to take some damage here, but... Reckoner is awesome. A lot of times Reckoner always is going to be a 2-for-1. And it's something that's going to make my Shrine beneficial because we'll be able to tap for as much mana as I have to put into it. And that way I can actually get some use out of the red mana if I needed to have excess red mana with Nykthos. But right now, okay, so it does get that Madcap Skills, which if anything is going to get him back into this game, it is going to be a Madcap Skills. And there's a Legion Loyalist. I can chant his Pyromaster, but then I'll be down to a 1. It's just going to be Fanatic Amogus and hope he doesn't have the shock. And I'm surprised he kept in the Madcap Skills due to me being in a red deck, having efficient ways to get rid of him. But let's do a Fanatic Amogus here. This actually puts him on a pretty fast clock. I can always do, on a swing back, I can do a lot of damage. But again, he's got 3 cards in hand. This deck is just known to burst like crazy. And he's going to go for it, which, yeah, I'm absolutely going to block. So this at least will absorb the 6 damage and force him to pump up his dude like crazy. Which in turn is still going to allow the Boros Reckoner to do damage back to either the Legion Loyalist. So, yep, he's going to go for the Boros Reckoner. It's going to do 3 damage. Has to assign there. He's got to pump up. Yeah, I'll definitely kill off this Legion Loyalist. And I could just die to Lightning Strike, but he's already burned one of them. I think the right thing to do here is... I kind of just want to Rakdos Return, get 2 cards out of his hand, but I think the right play here is just to Chandra and start ticking Chandra up for some sort of card advantage. So he's down to a 15. See if most of his hasters are out of the way. It could be just be an Ash Zealot. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of dead cards. Yep, there's Lightning Strike number 1 or number 2. And see if he's actually got the Ash Zealot plus Pump. Lightning Strike number 3. All right, well, we might have been able to stabilize after that. Again, maybe I do just bring in the Spike Jesters, as he's got to answer them. I just don't like these dying to 1/1 first strikers. Maybe Timerit's a little more powerful than a Rakdos' Return. And I'm still even thinking, we'll keep in 1 Rakdos' Return. I'm going to submit this away. Hopefully on the play, we can definitely keep this hand. We have Amizium Mortars. It's slow as slow gets, though. But we do have the Amizium Mortars, which 2-for-1s a lot of times. And we can have the Chandra. Like anything we draw into here, whether it be a land, we have most of our high drops here. Boros Reckoner land, anything like that, we'll be able to deal with. I don't think Amizium Mortars quite... Oh, that's perfect. So I'm going to Ash Zealot, chuck the Ash Zealot out, and now he's got to either shock off the Ash Zealot or use a pump spell to kill. So if he Madcap skills here, I can 2-for-1 next turn. I'll be definitely okay with taking the 5 damage. Okay, no. So this is just going to be a big roadblock. And again, can't quite generate the mana. I am going to Amizium Mortars off the Gorael's Chainwalker. And hopefully, again, we can draw into 1 more land. He still has to find an answer for this Ash Zealot, which still doesn't have the answer to. And we get a Rakdos Gilgate. That's unfortunate, as that does come into play tapped. But I hope we can stabilize here. We have our 4 lands. He puts out any 1/1s. We can kill anything off with a Chandra Pyromaster. Okay, this is going to hurt. Taking 6. I need to draw into a Dreadbore here. Underworld Cerberus is not what I want to look for, but I mean, I could go for a Chandra Pyromaster. Yeah, I could just be dead here. But he's going to have to tack into the Chandra Pyromaster next turn, and hopefully that's what he ends up doing, and it saves me 6 damage. But he might just, if I were him, I would just go for it. Oh, geez. Act of treason. And I might just die here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be close. All at me, which is going to give Chandra Pyromaster hopefully some card advantage. But again, I could die to a Shock if he just has the perfect hand here. Good news is I can go crazy with Blood Crypts. Let's see if I can actually kill him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we're going to go ahead and plus 0 here. And hopefully it's just a regular mountain. It's a shrine. So this actually generates a pretty good amount of mana with Fanatic Amoguses. So that's 4. And I could put out an Underworld Cerberus. Is there any way I can generate an 8 mana? If I put out another Shrine, that generates 4 more, but I'm down just 1 mana. So it doesn't even matter to use another Shrine here. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm just going to die to like a Lightning Strike. Yeah, the Madcap skills just got me. I probably should have waited on that Amizium Mortars, because I could have cleared his board here. But if not, I would have taken some initial damage earlier than that. And everything's sorcery speed. Yeah, Magma Jets are definitely something I think I need in this sideboard. So if I play this, that just adds 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just have 5 more after that, and so 7 mana. 7 mana won't be able to play a Blood Crypt. We'll just go for a... We'll play it. Keep this. See if this can generate. Yep, 6 mana it generates. Fanatic Amogus, Underworld Cerberus. I think I just have to cross my fingers and hope that he doesn't have anything. And we can go for just a... Well, we got to go Fanatic Amogus. And see if we just die to the lightning strike in a turn here. So far, so good. Yeah, he's got a pump spell if he's going to be attacking in. We'll block and block, and I'm sure we just die to a pump spell here, like a Titan Strength or whatnot. No! So we get on to 2, but then again, Shock kills us. Yep, Lightning Strike. Alright, so we lose this one. Again, this usually is a pretty good matchup. Maybe I shouldn't keep hands like that. Maybe I just have to keep the Frostburn weird hands. And yeah, there wasn't a Dreadbore for quite a while. We have to keep like Frostburn Weird and Burning Tree Emissary deck. But over the long period, I think that this deck does have the advantage against this they call this this red pump deck. I don't know what they call it exactly, but yeah, I think that if we continue to play matchups like this, again with the Magma Jets, I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. We're going to throw in some Magma Jets. Sideboard. And take out these Immortal Servitudes. And probably maybe just 2 Magma Jets in the sideboard are the way to go. That's the only change I'll make at the moment. Probably this time Merit seems pretty good with like Underworld Cerberus and being able to generate a ton of mana, as you can sacrifice all your creatures for the win. So I'm going to keep it in here for some testing, but we'll save this, and I think these Magma Jets will allow us to have, now we'd have 8 hard removal, 4 and 2 at instant speed for that type of matchup. And with this is Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.